Right, we're going to go over these settings on the radio again. So, because I watched the last video and it didn't turn. It's a bit dodgy. So these settings are aggressive settings for stock. Now, this is a Sanwa. It's basically a Z3, but it's an M17. But it'd be the same on, or very close to the same, like the dual rate here is the same on most radios. So that is the dual rate. You see at the bottom. Okay, so it doesn't change the speed of. See, we're on steering. You see it there, the red, the ST. So what that changes is the amount of throw you get on the steering. It doesn't change the steering speed, but it changes the. So it's just an easy setting to change on the fly, you know. Right, the steering speed now, as you can see, I've got it, the forward and return, I've got it down minus 100 because my servo is so fast, it's unbelievable. So, now, let me explain something about the return. If the return is too fast, when you're coming out the corner, sometimes the car can kind of, how do you explain it? It's kind of like, it like snaps back the steering fast and it causes the car to get a bit unsettled. So be warned. We've done all that testing many years ago. So I always keep the forward and return the same. Right, the curve. Now this is a biggie, but you got to, not on the steering, okay? You've got to go to the throttle. Now you see the rate is on 36%. Now, I don't know if you can see that band there. There's a band. Now, if I make that band, you should be able to see on the, now it's 100%. So that band there is really bowed, meaning it like, it goes straight up. Like my brake is pretty aggressive as well. But I'll set that. If you set that on 100%, then we'll set that on 36. So the curve, the expansional, the more aggressive that bow is, the more aggressive your throttle's going to be. Okay. FS, don't worry about that. Bass, now this is a biggie. I said this before. So the EPA high must be on maxed out. So if your radio is 100%, the Sanwas, the new ones, are 150. So that is essential on the throttle, not the steering. You must, so you've got full throttle, you're using all the throttle. Okay, this is a biggie to make the car trim. I don't use that. Feeling, the throttle, I've got that maxed out at 25. That's the most aggressive. The type, I don't use that. Anti-lock braking, I don't use that. The offset, I don't use that. And we're back to drive ratio. Sorry, dual rate on the throttle. So which are just set at high for when you set your speed controller. The throttle. So yeah. So the biggies are to make this stock car more aggressive is the curve on the throttle, Okay, you can turn that up. So the curve on the throttle, make sure it's on the throttle. The EPA high point must be set high, but when you set your speed controller, you got to max it out, so just leave it. The feeling set high, 25 on fast. Yeah, them three. Them three are going to make the car very aggressive. And on the speed controller, you've got the punch control, initial throttle, and the drive frequency. Them are the three. That's going to make that stop motor very aggressive. Them three. Okay, because when you're in the blinky mode, most of the boost and everything, it's all turned off automatically anyway. So yeah, just going on the speed controller, so you've got the initial throttle, the punch control, and the drive frequency. The lower the drive frequency is, the more aggressive the power will come on. On some speed is like just stock. Yeah, it's not on there, it's a standard. So but anyway, I thought I'd go over this again. So let's just pretend that our track, the grip is, we started out in the morning and now the grip is insane. Like, we have had it almost close to 1-to-1. I would increase the curve on the throttle. I would increase it up, okay? And then I'll leave it at 36 though. And then I would increase, yeah, the curve, because everything else is maxed out. The feeling is, yeah, I would just increase that curve, the throttle curve there, but then go to the speed controller and then turn up the punch control and the initial throttle and the drive frequency. You could drop it down again, but you've got to have a little bit of play on the throttle, so because you don't, it's just like an on-off switch, you know. So yeah, I hope that clears things up a bit better. All right.